Hello everyone, my name is Joseph, and today I'm going to talk about shock. Not just the type of shock where people are scared, surprised. I'm talking about medical shock. And I'll keep it as simple as I can, not get too in-depth, because I tend to go on rabbit trails. First of all, let me tell you about the importance of blood. Blood is super important. What it does is it brings oxygen to the cells in the body, it brings nutrients to the cells in the body, and it gets rid of waste. So blood is pretty important. It's pretty important for the health of our body. So now that we understand the importance of blood and the body, it brings oxygen to the cells, I'll tell you about the three main types of shock that most people will run into that are recognized today. Now, there are other types of shock, but the three main ones that I'll try to explain today would be volume shock, vascular shock, and cardiogenic shock. And I'll explain those different types. I'll explain the names in a little bit when I describe each one. So, first of all, volume shock refers to the actual amount of blood in the circulatory system, just in the blood vessels. So when somebody gets a really bad cut, when there's bad trauma, and blood leaks out of the circulatory system, there's a smaller volume of it. This means that the blood can't bring that oxygen and nutrients to the cells in the body as easily. So what starts happening is your heart rate goes up, your respiration, your breathing goes up, and every other type of vital sign goes down. So the skin color goes down, the, what else is there? The, urine output goes down, blood pressure goes down, your level of consciousness goes down. I mean, you're not as aware. And this is because your body likes to compensate. It's like, oh no, something bad is going on over here. Let's fix it. So it tries to fix it by pumping more blood to the body in order to fix that blood loss. Well, that's not always a good thing. And the blood tries to shunt from the extremities, like your hands, to the core, because your heart is really important. It wants to keep those alive. So that's basically volume shock. Now I'll move on to vascular shock. Vascular shock is refers to your blood vessels. Vascular means vessel, essentially. What happens with vascular shock is the pipes, we should call them vessels, actually become larger. What's called vasodilation, where the blood vessel becomes larger and blood can't be pumped through it as easily. I'm going to give you a cool visual aid. I have two glasses here. They are different diameters, and they have exactly the same amount of water in them. As you can see, it doesn't actually look like they have the same amount of water. This glass, the bigger diameter one, has the same amount of water. It can't pump that blood to the body as well because that blood vessel is bigger. So that oxygen can't, that the blood can't oxygenate the cells as well. So that's vasodilation, that's vascular shock, and that most often occurs when we have a severe allergic reaction like bee sting, largely is called anaphylaxis. So then the third type of shock is cardiogenic shock. Cardiogenic shock refers to a problem with the pump. Your heart isn't pumping the blood as well. And this is most often referred to as like heart attacks or ventricular fibrillation, all that complicated medical terminology. But it's essentially saying the pump in your circulatory system isn't working as well. Therefore the blood can't get to the cells to oxygenate them and give them nutrients. And the same essential signs happen for all three of these types of shock, the three main types, where the heart rate and breathing goes up, and blood pressure and other stuff goes down. And that's the three basic types of shock. I hope you are more well informed about what medical shock actually is, and As always, have a nice day.